Today we're going to continue on with expressions, and today we're talking about simplifying expressions. I love doing expressions, so I hope that you're enjoying this unit as well. So today I can simplify expressions by using the DP. What does DP stand for? Well, yesterday we talked about the distributive property and combining like terms. We've talked about that as well. So simplifying expressions by using the distributive property and combining like terms. Let's recap. Let's make sure everyone remembers from our last lesson about distributive property. Remember, anything outside the parentheses is multiplied with everything inside the parentheses. So -4 times a positive 3x. Well, a negative times a positive is a negative, and 4 times 3 is 12, and then bring my x with it. Let's try the next one. -4 times a -6. So negative times a negative, it changes to positive, and 4 times 6 is 24. So hopefully that does not look new to you. You'll understand what I just did there. Let's go ahead and move on to the new lesson today. So it says, follow these steps when simplifying expressions. If you have parentheses, apply the blank property. Well, we've talked about it. The distributive property. Step 2 says, combine blank terms. Combine like terms. So we're going to combine like terms. So let's go ahead. So we're going to do the distributive property first. Look at these. These are getting just longer and longer problems. So we're going to try to answer this as best we can. But look, there's a variable there. So we can't answer it completely, but what we're trying to do is simplify it so that if we ever find out what x really is, then it's so much easier for us to answer it. So let's go ahead and do the first step, distributive property. Well, distributive property means I'm trying to get rid of these parentheses. So let's do that first. So the first thing, 7 times 9x. Well, it's positive. So 7 times 9 is 63, and then I bring down the x. Now it's a positive 7 times a -6. So I know it's going to be negative, and 7 times 6 is 42. And then I have to bring down anything I haven't used. Okay, we've done step 1. We've gotten rid of the parentheses. Step 2 says to combine like terms. So we did this before where we had to take any variables that were the same and put them together. We combined them. So let's try that with this. I don't see any other x's anywhere, so that one's as combined as it can go. But I do see 2 numbers here with no variables. So I can take these and combine them together. So I'm going to bring down my 63x because there's nothing to combine it with. And then -42 minus 2. I keep the sign negative and I add them together to get 44. So there's our answer. That's as far as we can go. We've simplified it to the extent that it can go until we know what x is. So let's try number 2. Number 2 says 18 plus 2 times 4x minus 5. That's how you would read that. So the first thing we need to do is our distributive property. Get rid of the parentheses. So a positive 2, remember you're taking the symbol in front of it, a positive 2 times a positive 4x is a positive 8x. And remember, bring down what you haven't used. So make sure you bring down that 18. It's not connected to parentheses, so we can just bring it down. We're not going to use it yet. Now, a positive 2 times a -5. Remember, anything in front of the number goes with it. So a positive times a negative is a negative, and 2 times 5 is 10. So we've done step 1. Step 2 is to combine like terms. So I don't see any other x's, so I'm going to go ahead and bring that down, and it's a positive. I don't need to put the plus symbol in front of it. But now I see a positive 18 and a negative 10 without an X or a Y or an A or a B in front of it or behind it. So I'm going to take 18 minus 10, and that gives me a positive 8. Okay, so there's our answer for that one. You are going to be working on these practices. Now look, you've got 2 on this one. So you're gonna have to combine both of those, but you're also gonna have to combine both of those as well, and then combine like terms. This one should be okay, because remember, these are already done, so just bring them down. All right, good luck.